You've been married to this person. You guys have decided that you're going to end your marriage in divorce. Unfortunately, you weren't able to reconcile for the sake of benefit of yourself and or your children. What are you going to do with your living arrangements? Because I remember watching this show with my mom the other day, and unfortunately, this couple had decided to end their marriage and they were divorcing, and the husband was requesting that the wife get out the house, and they had children. So sometimes just because you have children, that don't mean that you're gonna get the house, right? That's not a cushion, and you really don't want to use your kids as bait anyway. Like, let me keep the house, I keep all full custody or sole custody of the kids. That could cause more contention during this process. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you to think in advance when you decide that you're going to go forward with this process. Even though you may currently be in the house, the other mate may decide that they want you guys to sell the house together, that they don't want you in the house, right? Or they may want the house. And so that's the kind of things that you have to think about, because you shared so much with this other person. You shared your life with this person. If you were like me, I was a complete open book when I was married to my ex husband. I literally, he knew my social security number, I knew his, right? And so by sharing so many things, you really make yourself vulnerable on the back end should something happen in your marriage, unfortunately, and in divorce. I'm not saying that you shouldn't share with your mate. Even with my husband now, I'm a complete open book, because I don't believe that I should put barriers up with someone that I love. I didn't go into my second marriage thinking he's going to hurt me, right? And let me take precautions. But what I'm saying is, if the marriage ends in divorce, then you want to make sure you've thought in advance of where you're going to live. You may need to move in with a family member while you're going through this process, you and your children. Have you thought about that? Because nowadays, people aren't apt to let you have the house simply, like I said, because you have the kids. Divorce can be very, you see revenge and people get vindictive during this process. They shock you that this was the same person that you fell in love with and that you shared so much time with. So plan in advance, plan well, and protect yourself so that if you decide to go through this process, now I'm not saying start your marriage off that way, but if you see signs and you guys have decided to end your marriage with divorce and you can't reconcile, make sure that you're prepared for this as well. You may have a battle in your hands if you let your house, be an issue. At the end of the day, what matters most is not a material possession. And I know this may sound really strange, but your happiness at the end of it. You want to come out of this being happy and having peace of mind. So don't let it escalate into something that it doesn't have to be. This is your girl, Essie. Remember to like, follow, repost, and share. These are my thoughts and opinions only. I am not an attorney. I'm just a woman who done been through stuff. And y'all know, life sometimes can teach you. Can I tell you that? Life can teach you some things. So I'm just sharing some thoughts and information based off of experiences that I've had in life. Once again, remember to like, follow, subscribe, repost, and share. I am